awo for a parent. We a penny be a woody bibi enim nase. When you be or shall say, ye bibi nase, as I said, what him, right? What most of us do. And sometimes, and yeah, say a pentem more hardly. So we want to use that. Now, young family, but oh yes, I will say you have been defeated. Oban will do so. So I know about obey ye bibi nase. So what him? Upedans are now the bono. And son, I wait me. I'm a some now person catch up, but one catch any day. One with you soon. See, and Pastor. Young Cassia, to say her, you say, and penny for a young and cry. Ye pessy, ye train you more to raise them as kingdom champions. Young Cassia, you're perfect. See, how can imperfect beings as we are be able to raise children to be like Christ?
All right, thank you very much. For one thing that we need to all understand is abofrebia nyamedia mauno eya chedie eno dia mau. Now we all believe say our children should be better than us. Our children should go higher than us. But we should gradually lead them, not to push them. Because you do it, push. No, not that, that's not the point. But they hear and say leadership by example. Now, number one, family devotion. Family devotion. The child is picking up. And the baby our family used to family devotion. Then immediately that child no, even grano say uniwa or him say abe part of them. We need to have what? A family devotion. Morning devotion, evening devotion. Enti akolano kakra no enyane sunsun so. Now number two. Yeba sorry a yedi emma no eba koba no. At least gradually no, the church is having an impact. So. Now this year, me oba small girl be or 8 years. He can sing the theme song, committee theme song. Otimituni na without looking at the hymn book. Obetuni nesi. Why? Because committee no na yeto. It's imprinting is what in her mind. And the yede mofran ba sorry kakra no. Na kakra no bibi eden dua ewo den ewo mu. Now number 3. Now abofre bia yede ne ba ha no. Mama who say the children's ministry cannot do the job for us. They can help to a certain extent. But at the end of the day, no, how many of us, and after Sabbath, you drew fear, and as you drive you coffee, and as you busa man say, what did you study at children's ministry this Sabbath? What did you get from it? Or how many of us know, say, yes, say, mano, children's Sabbath school, no, they have gone through, they know the topic before the Sabbath morning. Sorry. Now, finally, these are ways that we can help our children, even though we are not perfect. Now, finally, everyone here, just this month, most of us are coughing money for books, for textbooks. Even fees crowded, but for textbooks. Now, maybe you are even buying new uniforms. Now, and the money you are spending is huge. Are you ready to invest the same amount in the child's spirituality? And that is where we get it. Say, now you're ready to see about 2 books there. Books the way. A graph buy your display books be corporates no anymore. A more Friday will be how but what books says oh Tom and Colani na. We might not be perfect. But yeah, bunny and you yeah pull you along no. Na baby sorry ye be adi no. Na gradually no we are building. Remember say when we talk about champions there are 2 things. Now a champion is someone who has done something rigorous or who has surpassed a certain limit, and that is what makes champions. And you say it takes the grace of God, but the grace of God has to motivate us to push forward. Amen.
Thank you so much, Osofo. Elder, I know that you are a medical doctor. You said it. Now, I don't want us to look at a discussion as if all of us, at any point in time, will have very normal children. Sometimes we have children See, every opa, you better want to encourage. They have challenges. Maybe being born with abnormalities and all that. How, as parents, in fact, do we need to neglect them? Do we really have to care about them like we will care for our children who will otherwise say that they are normal or not challenged? It may be sad doctor, elder, because I saw your doctor and so. Let me say, when person discussion, they say your money okay. Sometimes if you have a car was no, Obana obe no na on to set the other children. Now yes, a child with a special need. It is say what a first. Is it important for us to think about their spirituality? And then how can we then nurture them?
Medase. Verse asem kese pa no wabisa no. Esan say a bank kwada a war special needs na omo handle no enye the same say wakwada no ewo inverted commas normal na oko school normal school ne nneoma ye wo ebia ne sane a wote na mom ni nyina baseline ye odosronko a obedan na di e de akira bofra no because they come with even more peculiar challenges that you need to be able to handle. Obi oho no mo a wakoye autistic or no wo etore bia ya na me hu se ne menka ne twi no meka autistic a omo no ni behavior ne nte se ne we expect say akoda bia be behave. Obi oho no mo a wate no ho cannot even interact with people. You have to find a way of interacting with this child. The first say akoda no sebe ontimi nsua de te say enkwada aka no enkyere say jano ajeje mu eyese wunya special attention e de masa akoda no minim awofo bi a edumire bi kura omutimi ejai adwuma bi a wo mo ye ekoye adwuma foforo sane ebeya obenya daage e de amakoda no. There's a medical doctor bi a yede ni wo kolebu. Unfortunately ni mamienu nyina wo mo no e autistic, which demands a lot of effort. But nansen ni e de ni say ye wo schools bi wo ho nso a omo wo saa special training no e de boa saa nkwada no. Wontimi mfa ne nko the normal regular school no say one enkwada aka no enkonko prepare ho the same way. Eye se wu hu se akoda we na hia de nie omu nyina hia de enyepe. Obi oho no mo a bia na we hard in hearing ye wo school a ye de wo mokọ. Obi oho no mo a bia atworotworo no kura wontimi ntworo. There was this particular child that ono ofa book no say or try who say would agro or paper no so enti or draw ni o maybe was so keke and so se wunya ne ho adaaje eboa no yi a ye wo kwan ye fa so timi boa wo mo emu wo mutimi ke up ebi mo a na nani afura enti ye school wo ho a ye timi di wo mo kro a womudi womon sano eti kenkan ene nioma nyina. I one parent bi womu abofra no na enmofra ya omuntimi control womo ho ote ho no mo ana ne kon na ya na no so nsuo ene saa no ne ha awufuo yi bebre. In fact, at a point they contemplated on killing the child because now Oma is very frustrated. And so emra womunya that kind of psychological support, any counseling, you know, omutimi training akode ma akora ni timi control sa nyoma we nyina ma se wo hwe nyoma oh yeah enough from kra. Enti the long and short of it ne say akoda wa nye sani aye expect no so obeye no ohia akoda o se be normal no enso nya pepe do aye die ɛde saa abɔfra wɔ hia investment in a die ɛde ma saa abɔfra wɔ hia empo no ɔno hia attention no more than the usual normal children no a yɛta enya wɔn no na ɛtɔ bi a wɔn mutumi bɛyɛ kɛseɛ mpo ɛkyɛne nea yɛ na yɛsusuo no.
Thank you so much. Shepherdess. Now I want us to look at the church. And then a women ministries and an arm. It's important for you as a woman, the Adventist church, the women ministry, how are we supporting the members to be able to train and raise our children in that, effect? Especially, what are some of the initiatives? Maybe I mean, but so a bit of what? Can you suggest some to us as the group, not as individual members, but as a group in the church, the women ministry and the men? I will ask you about what ARM is doing. I know that women ministry is strong. Oh yeah, the women ministry, but in the Adventist church, women ministry is strong, but ARM is also coming up. I know.
Let me say, yeah, sorry, dear. Say, you can say, I sorry, bit at Sinipa. I can show for in sorry, a titty papa. No, now me the debut, me jina baby, I miss me. Dear CCA, a sorry way, na I am a sa. Nanka me obia me feria dear pa say, Camimets nanipe musing, can me home so. But me rasafuni na menya 8 years. Me started call enkwara mu nti na me hu awofo a omo ye ba sorry a ye mpese ye ma no ebe free ye nchen kra de bia no mo taretare yen mo nkwa we are afraid in the church, but people do that. And also so I say ye hwe ho asem na ye ka me konkora Sabbath memory answer na that chapter na wie no na nya ne wo akwara no na ne waka answer na chipa no a ni me we yes bibi ofie mododo sen ye ma me wo be ma to come Yes, kingdom, and ye would kingdom. As some ye king, ye be champions, ne champions in God. Not just say, from head to toe, Ashawoma. Now you are excelling in the world as well. In Tisano, ye who say, sorry, no, it seems to kakra wo hodie, but we are trying our best. And if the parents cooperate with the
that's doing to help the government. There's any. If we haven't, what are some of the things that
for now, our way of intention, but there are a lot of things we can do. One of the major things I see. Eto de bia ya na oha send your Bible ne kan ye no, fathers don't provoke your children to anger. And one of the major roles and our major responsibilities in the church. A top many beer na yeja emofra no bibia de atoma. We are the tyrants in the house. A bit of Honswa, me can't be a Abofrana Yadia and Bobetti and or trains of Papa Neba. What do you train Papa Bar? In the Papa Abofrani who Papa no say, the Papa no know the bar. Assume Nifi, but if we play our role well as right from the house and also in the church. You better than this kind of role models now. I'm say Prof the kind of mention here. You see, and you near the Mofrani DH. A bus ye quack program be what for pray and ye do which ye will programs would go be prison visitations are ye. Hospital visitations are here. So, offering the do a cheap, it's called kids in them that kind of behavior. And almost to me, I dear my one. Words and actions in the house. Top many Papa no. Can be and so no it doesn't serve us a good role modeling for the children. Obi can say your actions are so loud I can't hear what you are telling me. Enti ye shani awo ye no edwonti ye say ye suban no ebe dan ni ye pese mofra ni ye no edi so wo pese abofra no or die and says TV at a certain time. No one catch and say, oh, Koda, them what they are now, what was so TV, no now, share. In your catch up of friend said, there is nothing wrong watching that television at that time. What's the about frame and you been a wood here, When you man what catch up, oh, and yes, you bet ye Christo, you mean your man. As when you are afraid to not car more. And you will be airborne is different from what you are telling the child. I think, say, as one of the things we can do is to live lives that can serve as role models to our children. Send your beya enka wa shenya obesuya yen. Paul say, "Mon shemina munsuyame." Send ya me share Christo esuyano.
Thank you, Pastor.
All right, thank you very much. I think, say, with the Seventh-day Adventist Church now in Ghana, and I think, say, about intentionality, because when you say you are being intentional within a period of time, let's all back a bit check. Say, are we progressing? What are we doing? Appraisal to see, say, what are we doing? Now, for me, I believe the Adventist men betonium beautifully, but that is not enough. We need to go beyond that. And you too, because a women ministry is not just about singing. No. You see, one thing I see here and say, now, Adventist men need a child psychologist to come and train them, educate them. Adventist men, child psychologist, send you a bit mini and manual atra. I think that when we meet like this, we should even bring some professionals like that to come and educate us, because they might be bringing. In fact, say, counseling now, counseling, premarital counseling now. But more worry, we are more postmarital counseling. No one comes over here crying now, and and the so much, a lot of lapses. Now, number two, Adventist men, now,
not to cut. Anka Adventist men, almost secretary called taking notes.
Yeah.
So our women ministry for so cry yes, we can go back to it and refer to it after camp.
So number one, I said a child psychologist to come and train the men. So they'll be to me related, because most of the men, men, except a crassy senior yet team of one, Obia my training and no back room. Enti belt ne benkuta ne sare oya mebo saa nneɛma no. You know that. Enti sɛnea ne papa discipline ne tetemɛ no ɛno ano ɛde de. But this a friend is saying AI mofra na ba artificial intelligence mofra na ba no. Omo ye different. Now let me go to number 2. Number 2 they say asori a woman. There are so many single parents. There are so many widows who are attending to their children. And that is the work of Adventist men. Say Adventist men, ebeye fathers to those single parents and widows, no, Emma. Widows be bredi ya womu. Because say, omo ben elder bia elder yere say, etna elder yere emuranenim. And did not elder doesn't feel comfortable. Ave the mwabi so bwana na yasem. So at the end of the day, no, ontimi go elder because o ko elder wa, the wa elder yere ehwe no no. No more the omo elder eyawa de atron baby a. Enti asafo na nke say ye a father to the fatherless, no. We are not there. And that is one key thing. I say Adventist men here. And that is great evangelism for us. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. Prof, we are all aware, it's Adventists, we have a lot of schools. But most of the time, some Adventists don't even want their children to go to Adventist schools. I want you to educate us how the Adventist educational system has been built to inculcate practices, skills, and competencies to raise children for the kingdom. And what can encourage us, what will push us more to take our children to Adventist institutions?
Thank you very much. I think that I want to say something small about the Adventist men thing too.
Adventist men, I hope the secretary not true.
Yeah, I think first, we don't have to be too hard on ourselves. Let's first acknowledge that there's a lot we can do, but there's a lot we are also doing. At least you are seeing 3 Adventist men here talking to the church about things. There are Adventist men who are the elders of the church, who are the pastors in the church, who are the deacons and the deacons in the church, from other things. But the question is, what is the purpose of this whole thing called Adventist men? Yes. Okay. It has a 3-pronged purpose that I have reduced to 2. 1, spreading the gospel. 2, being there for the needy. As for forming churches, which is the 3rd one, I link it to spreading the gospel. That's why I didn't say it. What we have to do as Adventist men is to ask ourselves the question, how can we contribute to spreading the gospel more than the usual things we do in the church house as elders of the church, as deacons, and as pastors of the church? There's more we can do. And I think that if we take responsibility for church growth, if we take responsibility for evangelism, if we take responsibility for making sure that the sanctity of the church is protected, we will contribute a lot to the growth and development of the church. Otherwise, our role as leaders in the church will be minimized. Those who may not have positions in the church, there are many more things people do. People donate for mission. People volunteer to do many other things. And sometimes as a church, we should understand that it is not only when you bring the money or you are the elder that you contribute to the church. There are many people here who, as we are here, all they are doing is to pray for all of us. All they are doing is to make sure they wake up at dawn and say, can everybody wake up and pray? These little things are very, very important. And above all, the things we do in the home, taking care of our women. If you are an Adventist man here and your wife is sad in the church, there is something wrong. Maybe you have to go back and ask God to intervene in the situation. Now, coming to our institutions, see, let's face the fact. There are reasons why all of us don't want to send our children to Adventist schools. One, because We all know that we are not investing in the Adventist schools. We have not given it the touch that it should have. We have not supported the institution the way it should be supported. That is for all of us. And so we don't even trust the education our children will go to receive there. We don't trust ourselves. That's the point I'm making. Number two, there are Adventists in the Adventist schools who don't want other Adventists to come and work there. Okay? There are Adventists in the, regional manager, general manager, local manager's office, who don't want Adventists to come and work in those offices.
Why so?
The reasons are varied, okay? I want to talk that we come to Adventist school, but I want to diagnose the problem very well. I'll give you an example. I completed this college. When I completed, there was an agreement that I stay in this demonstration school and be a teacher. And then a regional manager came from Volta region and said, we need an Adventist in the regional manager's office in Volta region. So there was a debate. We had a meeting. Finally, Pastor Chumesi Ankra of blessed memory said, okay, if he's going to be in a regional office, it's better than him being in one school. So let's allow him to go to Volta region. I got to Volta region, and the same manager, regional manager of SDA schools in Volta region, looked into my face and said, you know, you are just fresh from college. You are not supposed to be in the office. So I will post you somewhere else. Now, from that moment, you destroy everything. Sometimes that's how we behave. Sometimes you can look at it from this college through Valley View to our primary schools everywhere. So he's an Adventist, he wants job. I have a brother who is a non-Adventist, but he's my brother. So there is job. So I give it to my brother who is a non-Adventist. Then you ask him who is the Adventist to contribute money to build the school, he won't contribute. And because he's angry, he won't contribute, he won't send the son to that school. And he will educate the other man not to bring the child there. And there's problem. So there are many issues. Now, but I want to make one point. If we can all understand the purpose of Adventist education, as human beings, there is one thing that drives us. That thing controls everything we do. And that is the mind. We call it the mind. Those of us in social studies, we call it attitude, your mindset that you have. If we can change our mindset and know that when an Adventist institution is established, it is for the purpose of evangelism, we will think differently. We will man it differently. And we will run it differently. Let me tell you, when I came to this college as a student, those who were here at that time as Adventists, I will always applaud them. They did their best to instill Adventist values and qualities in all of us. And we graduated from here properly baked. And there were many people who converted to Adventism. Some graduated and later converted to Adventism. It was wonderful. Now, when I came back, I saw that everything Adventism has collapsed to the minimum 70%. Terrible situation. You need to bring it back. Because if you don't bring it back, there will not be a connection between the church and the institution. Now, for those within the institution, they have problems. Adventists and non-Adventists, they have problems with Adventism because they think that it is a certain Adventist leadership that collapses everything. Because there has never been a non-Adventist principal of this college. All of us have been Adventists. So if things collapse, Adventists collapse it. Okay. So what did I do? I came and I said, see, my number one vision is to change this place back to its spiritual status. What does it mean? We have to run the place on Adventist principles. Everything Adventism must come back. So I met the students. I say, I want to tell you something. I know you are not Adventists and you hate Adventists. No problem. We are okay. But note one thing. There were 46 colleges in Ghana. Nobody forced you to come here. In fact, some of you were begging to come here. Some of you may even have bribed some people to come here. So if you come here, you are in Rome. You do as the Romans do.
Thank you.
And there is nothing here that Adventists do that will destroy you, that will bring you pain, that will bring you frustration. If anything, it will form your character, reform your character, build your capacity as a useful human being, and transform you into somebody. And I told them, there was somebody here when I was in this college. He was my junior. I punished him almost every single day. I was punishing him. Then he came to University of Education, Winnipeg, and met me there. And he met a large group of people, and he said, please thank this man for me. And they were like, what do you mean? He said, if it were not this man in SDA college and SDA values, I would have become a useless person. That college changed me. That college transformed me. You see, if we can run our institutions on Adventist principles, including ensuring that we are not discriminating, it will become a place that is trusted. A place that is built on God can never, ever compare to any other place. It will be an excellent place. If we pray here, if we teach holistic education here, if we dress properly here, if we eat proper food here, if we observe health rules here, people will come to this place and enjoy the breeze of Christianity. They will enjoy the breeze of Adventism, and they will love to be here. So if we go back, let's ask ourselves, Hanson Road School, nice school. Let's ask ourselves, all the Adventist schools, Valley View here, what principles are we using to run the institutions? How do we select leaders for the institutions? Is it that this is the favorite of the president or the executive secretary or that one, or union executives or conference executives? So it's a pastor's wife, pastor's daughter, pastor's son, so you go and run. So if you do that, you create problem. We need to look at people who have value systems, who cherish Adventism, who are proud of this church, who are proud of what we hold, the faith that we have. Put them there, they will change the institution. And when the institution is beautiful, exuding excellence, everybody would like to be associated with excellence. We'll take our children there.
Well. Thank you. Program coordinators, please, if you can give me a note of how much time we have here, because you didn't give me time, so I don't know how much time I have. But if you can give us a note here, I would like to open the floor. But before that, I want to know, Pastor, are we interested in taking feedback from the younger ones? Do we have a platform that does this? And if we do we consider these feedbacks that we get from the people we are training and raising so that it can influence our policies, the way we do our things, especially if they are good ones? Have we created an opportunity like that? Because I see a gap somehow. Yes, at the children ministries, you do all AY, we are all marching, drumming, all the memory verses and all that. After secondary school, there's some kind of gap. Going to the university, so I meet a lot of young men who tell me, oh, I was an Adventist. Oh, I've been an Adventist before. And even the young ladies also, at some point they get bored. They think that the Adventist church is boring. Are we interested in taking feedback? Do we do it? If we do, does it influence the way we do our things?
Okay, all right, thank you very much. You know, the church, the Adventist church, has a way of taking feedback
Pastor,
in the
I
local
just
church.
realized I spoke English all through. But Katri, this is also become professor.
All right. Sorry, no, I will quite fast so a now, in the Adventist church, no, feedback are mostly, it can be taken at any time, but mostly that is why we call something business meeting. Now, business meeting is meant say, you're my reporter, as a mano any opportunity, don't so many, no one suggesting be to the leadership. Now, number two,
Pastor, so business meeting, and yes, it be two be asking. Most of the time, it's a business meeting, as it be two be asking.
No, business meeting is beyond that. Business meeting say a report, now you take feedback for leadership of the church to run some near Mabino. Number two, oko other levels are like the conference, other times, no. For the local church, no, it's normally normally 3 months or 6 months. At the conference level, no, Nyamiadom South Ghana Conference, Accra City Conference has a way of doing it. Now, every January, they have a time. Formally, they don't care 4 years, your course session now. But I say every January, February, the orientation period, people are allowed to bring up their feedback. And I say, whatever comes, it goes to the district, the pastor takes it to the conference and up there, right? Now, your church, when you look at Omomeri SS and I say Omomoko S within SHS to the tertiary university, one area that builds our people, that brings had a closeness relationship between the church and the young people, a public campus ministry. Now, public campus ministry and an department in the university or in the tertiary or second cycle institution. Public campus ministry, a department in the local church that connects with NAS in the institutions. What are they? The public campus ministry, or prepare young man, young woman to go to second cycle and I say university tertiary. Na asori no edi sa brantie na anasa ababa neti e wo campus so see to it say or ye part of Adventist student the campus so na waboa ni stay no ho na owie a waboa no amwa babak na obabaka oni nam fufuo bi so eden a no mu nim SD ne edna back. So that is the total of public campus ministry. Enti we ni na ye canon. Young people be free assuring because we have not invested in this department. And as our department way, it is money intensive. Now, you be say, Mommy, you too matter sorry. Sorry. How many young people and what tertiary is? How many young people and what second cycle is? From January to 9, Omuahin and a local church na kwa Omuahin and Omuko school, local church, they say, Munji Milu Bako, Munji Milk Bako, Muvanko school. Anekwa, or I dream, say, church no yet, a dream home. So by the time the child is on campus, he has still no say heading, as Afuni a part of what a coming home. At the end of the day, no, whatever happens, no, as Afuno, or back, I will be supported. Now, there are young people who are, and now my elders, but 10, 15 years ago, they were students on campus. Now they are the elders of the local church. And almost yet so many things in the church. All because of that relationship as a friend. And yet me build a public campus ministry where a local church are. We will go forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much. But this is not for anyone to comment. But there were a group of and as school phobia, as a fool, almost a campus. Almost per lighthouse, ne ICGC anyway, because When the members near counting two or what happens, the war room money a board do money, maybe a pack of rice, provisions near their brom. And not sure, it's very good what you have said. And I think that is good that we try to invest in that.
And now let me add on, say, your personal ministry budget now, we can shift some to that area because a great evangelism.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay, can we baby our questions? But maybe what they can't we are no answer. I want you to look at the advancement in technology, AI, social media, the new learnings coming up, but even politics. Should the church be interested at all? I mean, we are still discussing raising kingdom champions and raising champions for the marketplace. Should the church be interested at all? And what should we do in this area? Simpatro de can we are. Look at that.
But the another day back on that line and the acquire at the corner. I am said, Osha Yem Padanoa, to the beer, or more titu, or more secondary school. Now one more chain Akko University. And now one more start first year university, no. Who said they belong to the children ministry. Almost who said they belong to the adults. Into asset or my yera, it will feel honorable. A to the beer na asafunu soon near Yemfa woman yet. Ewe Yuma who do. I think that one of the ways I bet me up one. Yeah, a use talent ahodo a wo no e wo church no mu to make them more active. And until the told me be a omo fe buy a boy wa e nyoma na ye kire no na ni nje ho oba mpanifo mu so ani na ye kire ni ani nje ho fa wo mu a ukosoro ho no mu a obunso wo maboa wo ho wo soro ho no. Emra asori no ekoso no more social media. IT has come to help. IT has come to stay. But the benefit of it depends on how you use it. As a church, say your tenants say IT no nye enti utilize IT you better cry. Say AI has become the order of the day. The practice of medicine, in education, in everywhere, even in research and other things. AI is very crucial. And look at them say a whole department at the conference are in charge of technology. Every how I bet me because we share social media evangelism. It is one of the big things. We are funny WhatsApp when your messages was so or call Facebook or call LinkedIn, any other places, and so you and your man who do be brain, you go to your own time who Adventist messages. Messages are no individuals are tenancy to more couches and messages. If the church was very intentional about this thing, maybe spearheaded by the conference or whatever it is, not message no consistently. Message no but you're breaking it into smaller pieces. And then this is the message we are flooding the social media with. When people go to TikTok, they will hear it. When people go to the Facebook, they will hear it. And those kind of things. Saying so, another a year, abba stay. Baby to say, you can say electronic conferencing. And so, unfortunately, yasafu no more. Meaning, see, and penny for any beer. I said, Obu is said, no, dear, and count home. 666. ɛno deɛ ɛnka ho biribi te sɛ ada no na mede pastor Takyi di ho nkɔmmɔ obi wɔ hɔ no mo a ɔte kaa so a yɛse ɔmfa kaa ɛmfiri kaa so a ɛndrive 2 hours ɛmmra Mataheko ɛmmɛyɛ Bible study for 1 hour no nsa drive 2 hours ɛnkɔ kaa so a in this modern Ghana it doesn't make sense. When the church can utilize some of these hybrid meetings in Neoma, I'm a nipano at me utilizing the time no year. What prevents us from hosting, maybe to say, Bible studies on Zoom or some of these things? A Neoma with new technology, the church has to be very intentional about it. Mr. White can say, we shouldn't be the first to lead fashion, neither should we be the last to embrace fashion. And the Adventists, baby, technology, no, we shouldn't be the last to be intentional about how to use technology to reach people and build them for the kingdom. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Pastor, you wanted to add?
Yeah, I think that AI choose in Kwame and Sao phone so. AI choose in Kwame and Sao phone so. Now, remember, you see, in a church near home, no, you have different generation. But one thing is, we always say, young people are leaving the church. We sometimes bring statistics, but one of the things that we are not meeting them at the right point. Now, in Penny 4 hour, you see, CSA, you do baby, the church is changing. I am not. Your dream say SD sorry no Ghana pay. In fact, at the GC and North American division, no, they have a department fully for this digital evangelism. Before COVID, there was digital evangelism. I saw it. Yes, sir. I saw it. And yeah, so no, yeah. The church, the website, so many things they all for digital evangelism. Ha, mind yes, yes, senior na unim WhatsApp, na enewo WhatsApp. Ah, sorry, need be too swa, utimi yede, utimi sheno. Sa also na also betimi graduate ya more free one stage. I'm also waiting me about Zoom, no so, and I say whatever it is, yeah, so no also. Now, my point here is say, you see the question you asked, no, I always say, as a church, no. You niema bebree a yebetimi use edia enhance the ministry see nipa bebree busa say where is the content so that they can share, but there's no content. And that one I don't blame members, I blame us as a pastor. If you don't have content, what are they sharing? Share the link and if like and all those things. Where's the content? They are doing it, but yeah, you know your message. Let us do it. Now, my area I want to talk about is about politics. Can I go on? Yeah. Now, you see, you remember politics and your bonnet. In fact, I wish say we can even push people into politics. Politics is not for the unbeliever. Politics is meant for Christians who can change the status quo. You see, you're more funny bebre more as the mofra. The confidence no ewo form. I see a building of more confidence. I see a more opportunity. That be near a program of master. You say, "In Mofrani bibia, ubuzon gosi ase, ombezo mekata, omferre ade." Yem building in Mofrani confidence. That is one. Na yem bomode say, if a bit more interest, our politics more, yem push you. Because SDA na say yeah, say this yemu say yem penny for the co-president. Say abato. Now, if we have people in government, will you have that challenge? Sabbath exam, University of Ghana and other places. If we have the Minister of Education being a 7-day Adventist, will you have that problem? So, one nenye. Remember, men discourage you be as a monko political. But yes, so enkana kache say, okwa, yes said Daniel, okwa, yes said Joseph. And that is when, see, because hey, SDA for them we are different. So that people see the SDA politician, minister, parliamentarian are all yet different. I say, I don't know where do it different. Yes, I say, I'm here. Then that is what Nyamesem can be no. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Patron, beside me, open floor, Obi wa how was and Bisabi and Patron, my own start naming. I can count 1. I count 2. So that's your number. Number 2. Number 1. Number 3. 4. You are number 4. 5. Okay, I think 5 is enough for now. Me pamacho menya coordinate microphone. Okay, pamacho yes mumbra na the left hand side for me. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pamacho munyina mumbra the left hand side for me. Number 1. Number 1. Hello.
I'm elated for the opportunity given. Prof, you made mention about how significant the role that parents play in raising kingdom champions. And you made mention that sometimes even our children end up asking very intelligent questions that we hardly know or find answers to. So my first question is, in a situation whereby you find out that your child is intellectually matured more than you, what do you do as a parent to clip the rings from excavating? That because when the child realizes that he is more intellectual than you, he or she ends up not listening to anything that you say. The second thing is, Pastor, please, you made mention that the personal ministries should relay some of their budgets to ensure that they share some of material things to students in the various universities, if I got it right. Now, where does this personal ministries get their money from? They get it from the local churches. But it is very unfortunate for the local churches that barely 10% of the money generated within the church stays in the church. Everything goes to the conference. So what is the conference doing about such thing? Because when you leave everything to the local churches, I think that it will just be a 9-day wonders, and we won't be able to achieve anything. Thank you.
Yo, Madam Chairperson, discussion me who say na mo can say enkwala ni bi anase si enkwala aba sisi ano omo ye special omo ye different nti ase me pese me who say yen a ya wo omo no esa se enkwala ni special different nti no do we need to go for special training and sana it may be meet your standard no? That's first question. Ye hwe no anopa no pastor o ye mission and then I'm a tea assembly as a long time 70 Adventist and then I'm a TBBS through your all right. Now we can say mission no mon konko ya mama nyina masuafo na echi no o kan say aman kasa ne masuaku ne nkrofo ne won ati asase so nyina Yesu de no o kan say ogu aba sa aba no ogu ye no o kan be ma meti ase say na jiu for no time no mu ye fu enti say o kan say ogu aba ebe mo ati ase adenti na sisi a say Yesu no e master teacher no ene jiu for no efa sa ebe no mo mote na semase a me se a me ka say me adan ni me nyetwi ni me ba ko school a obekwa ko sua brofo oba fi a na me ne na ka brofo English na ye ne nkwala na ka ofie no munyi ni say eno na ma yentimi nye special to them because most enyi no o se no wan pese ye be friend so o ye faro baba because nani ma me ne ka jiu kasa. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. My question is, the first question goes to Pastor. You see, in the Seventh-day Adventist Church, we are forgetting that right now, we have a particular job that is running in the system, which is known as content creators. Content creators, which is a job specialization. So what are we doing as a church with regards to that, in order to be able to propagate the message across the world. And also, with regards to, there is a huge barrier. Maybe Pastor can explain it better. The barrier between from the children's ministry, youth, and the adult class. What at all is in between that gap? Like, I don't get it. When you go to the local churches, like the churches that used to speak a lot of the vernaculars and all that, you could see that bridge, it's closed. Like, majority of the activities that are being done are held by the elders. You could see that all these people are grown up, but they are actually driving the youth away. So I was very glad you were saying that in Matayoko Church, the youth will be sitting up there doing their own stuff. I don't know, maybe you can explain better. Is it that in our doctrines, it doesn't permit with the upcoming youth to function well, or maybe, I don't know, maybe you can explain better for me. Thank you.
We get you.
Okay, thank you. Pacho, my question is public campus ministry. I think the church no employing. In a sense, say, as pastor, a kind, you know. Okay, say from SHS to university. Obeko SS, Obeko University, it's very difficult. So, we say any local church elder and I say pastor about school and not to even check up on you. But at the end, we are expecting, say, in Kolani Beko school, because any schools now you're calling Adventist schools. It be a Catholic schools near you. Or be or have from SHS no, or call Catholic school. Nyamia do me a treno entity na aqua could do sa time no. Or Beko could do ho. A hoya sa stage na. Or Quacosia Yoma Bebri. That's where he or she is developing. But in say at Safono ain't to me and my ne and Coho Bebria. I think say a harding. Some of the schools ni Bebri or muni chaplains. In Tiakoya to say students ne Wahonana, they are trying to lead the fellowship there. And there's no one checking up on them. In where at the thread there, say Pastor Ewahi, yes, say Oko conference and Abibia, Obeko, no waka chom, senior omobet me page public campus ministries name. Senior Auntie Hannah Kayano. Ye nim say churches ni bebre. Omo try say omo benya students no right from SHS to the universities. And by the time on no be school, no nim say or call Lighthouse dada. Or call A because someone or more buana obi or hani school fees going to meet here. Lighthouse in Penifona Beboama Netian school fees. So how do you convince me? Say me Lighthouse ni Ababetiam school fees ama Mary school. I should come and help the church. I won't come. My second question, I want to know, meaning say be or what are the strategic plans? Sorry no Emma youth no. Because Uberia school, Makoya business administration, Obiakoya accounting, Obiakoya nursing, where school 2, 3, 4 years, Onya Ejuma, Nipano Ewa Safunimu. What are the plans that the church is making? Say, oh, maybe Nipa where school, or bet me Enya Ejuma or this particular institution. Send your bayer or non subet me a theatre, a contributions, or asafunim. Because Maria school na mete asafunim na minya ejumanye. Na de bia all the tithes na nyoma hamadria. Meja ya sorry no memma.
Me pacho, me so me diane say. Yes, schools no, universities, any training college no. yɛhwɛ ase sɛ ɛhɔ na yɛma no ɛsɛe ɛhɔ na ɔmo twe ɔmo ho firi asafo no ho ɛkɔ ɛkwan bɛn na ɔmo boa yɛn ama yɛma no ɔmo wie SS na ɔmo betumi akɔ university no ɛgyae ada one no because me say me baba ko second one wo wie school na ka na nije Valley View ho pa but me check your fees no ma ho ade anso etu ọkọ Legon says asọrọ ne kura say oni ba no ayedin wo be kan ansa no but ọkọ asọrọ na nije ho pa say obekọ ayi Valley View no ti ọkọ ho anka fees nko onse ti ya hwe ankwala no dodo na efi asafo no mu free omo kọ university na any training college na bontin na e ma omo free asafo no ti kwan be na won fa so aboa yen ama fees na ba from yet bi ama omo akọ asọrọ ne university no na omo free asafo no.
Wow. I'm sure that my panelists have heard the questions. The first question was interesting to me. They are special. Na sami wabana mebano intellectually. Bas mebani nimnyansa chemia. Mehede. It's to Prof. Okay, Prof, you had that question right. So please help us answer that question.
Please, I will implore that we give some attention to some of the things I'm about to say. First, I want to say that I'm very, very sad listening to the question the lady asked and what she said. I am extremely sad to hear that. It speaks volumes about the training we give to our church members as elders of the church. If the reason somebody will leave this church is that the church has not supported you, then you should leave now. Because I like to be hard about these things. See, the point is that we have come to worship Christ. We should care about ourselves. But let's also understand that when we talk about the church is us. The church is nowhere. Who is the church? Tell me, who is Master Eko Church? Okay? Now, I want us to understand these things. Yes, the church should be responsible, but we need to also challenge this culture of dependency, that it is somebody's duty to take care of me. That is very dangerous. And if the reason why you remain in this church is that we paid your school fees, when you were sick, we visited you. And so when you were sick, we didn't visit you. You went to school, we didn't come there. So ICGC people came to help you, or Pentecost people came to do something for you. So you go to Pentecost. I'm sad about that one. Let me be plain about it.
But Prof, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
It really matters.
Yeah, I'm asking if we did these things for them, would it matter?
I'm saying that it is good, we should do it. But if we don't do it, it shouldn't be the reason to leave the church. That's the point I'm making. It means that we don't know why we are in the church. We don't understand our faith. It means you are not here because you heard the three angels' message and believe in it. That is what it means. So on the surface, it's an argument we can all make. But deep down, it is a problematic argument to make. Number two, I want to talk about I made some notes when the question was put about the intelligent child. Please, I don't think that we are supposed to be like our parents. And I don't think that you should give birth to a child and expect the child to be only as intelligent as you are. I tell my children, I've gone to the level of a professor. You are supposed to go something higher than me. You should be grateful if your child is intellectually more excellent than you. You should praise God for it. Question, what do you do? I made some notes I want to share. Number one, know the times in which your child is living. You see, there are many, if you take this phone, the way you will manipulate it, your child will manipulate it better. True or false? Now, so one, encourage your child to do things they are bad at. If you see that the child is somebody that is intelligent and does many things easily, find things that the child finds it difficult to do and ask the child to try the hands on that. Number two.
Prof, not to distract you, but our time is up, so I would like you to summarize it quickly.
The points,
yes, then please mention the point.
Give them the tools they need to succeed. If your child is more intelligent, asking questions, challenge the child. If the child needs a laptop, buy a laptop for the child, let the child use. Let the child debate you. Find more things for the child to debate you so it doesn't debate others. Number three, get help if you need it. Counselors are around. If you need somebody to tell you how to handle your child, go for help. Number four, don't assume that your child is always intelligent than you. There are experiences you have that the child doesn't have. You use your experiences to help the child. Number five, provide more intellectual challenges to the child. Give the child more taxing things. Number six, avoid comparison where possible. Don't tell your child, this one can do this, but you can do better. And sometimes as parents, the mistake we make is that you compare the children. Last one, be open-minded about their choice of friends. Sometimes when the child is very intelligent, the child tries to look for friends that are very intelligent. They may not be members of the church. Allow them to explore, but provide the guidance that is needed. But above all, I want to say, pray for your child. Pray for your child and pray with your child. That way your child will excel and become somebody excellent for you. Thank you very much. I'll stop there.
Thank you. So because we are far behind time, Elder, I want to take your last words and then it will move like that. So if you have a question in there, you can answer. But briefly, I'm giving you 30 seconds to do that.
10 seconds, they said, no, I'm coming down. 30 seconds. Yes, you are there, I'm Mofra, a idea of here, what that chain, Ejina, yes, so. Into Yerisha, Ubika, you can special child. I don't just say, I'm a special needs, and one sem and an air can now. And who be here say, who be soon dear, now wait me out what's up of Rano. We don't handle that child like the way I'm afraid at the end. Woman here, some special needs, ain't it from children with special needs. The two they be a trying to short and I special child. Now, whatever you do, if you feel your child is asking intelligent questions, is more intelligent than you, please don't shut the child down. Don't shut them down. Allow them, create the opportunities for them to even explore more.
Thank you. And see, Pastor, Obi Bisa a question about personal ministries budgets, content creators as a job, and a strategic plan. With your 30 seconds, I don't know what you can say to answer this, but at least say something to this.
All right, so you say brighten the corner what? Where you are. You see, with all the stewardship plan at the church they want, still, evangelism or local church. That local church evangelism budget, no, be a go PCM and go support you. I've answered the question. Now, content creators, no, we have them. You see, one thing I say, about missioner, money is also important. A very good online and I say digital evangelism. We also need people like that. But one thing I say, oh ha, Tio, munti asema beka ne ye. Se nyame adom na wo sua bibi na wo professional. Wo ya fa ko ye adwuma na nyesika. Wo de ba so ni mu a, you don't use it for money. Munti ne ye, I say it again. Nyame adom amwa training na ye content creator. Wo ye professional. Wo kwa abonti a fa ko ye adwuma and charge. In the church is mission. And the Dr. Jacob Otie, or no, or a doctor, or Kokolebua, the Jumo in a charge, but Obasa, no more consultation, he cannot charge because a mission. Don't forget that. Finally, children's ministry, will be a Grace Link. Graduate, or GSS 3. Amateur BC, no more graduate. You hand them over to PCM to take over. And now we use a home be a friend of collegiate, Sabbath school book be a friend of collegiate, Sabbath school. You only use that way. Now to the timer, they echo how do you call it? Baptismal class. Now, Safono and yes, a horn sagab no ejaya. What some of the churches do, no say, youth church, create youth church, and that thing can be done. I think I have covered all the questions there. And in remember, kakrano, we will get there. But we are doing all. But finally, you see, Mataiko Church.
30 seconds, sister.
School ben, secondary school ben a bemo. I think it's Accra Academy, right? I said mo personal form a PCM. One of the areas is to see to you say Accra Academy. We are supporting them.
Thank you. Thank you. Please, the microphone to us of Mami. 30 seconds. Your last words.
Samson ma mene ne papa. Omo bisa Nyankopon asem bi. Omo say abofra we yemfa ne nyeden. What do we do with this child that you have given to us? As women ministry member, as member, bisa nyame se me duty ne sen e wa asafo ni mu se owofo se maame se papa abofra na Nyankopon de na mame no edin na memfa ne nye. If we start from there and know God's plan for each and every soul that he has brought, he will cater for us all. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. Obi bisa a question about and net then saying as a parent be a cambrofo brofo na nya ye kasa ene ye pese ye de eno ne ye tete ye ma no ya nkasa no brofo ahe ne ye te ene ye pese ye de eno ne ye ma ne di nkomo nti asem bi o ho atwi nka betimi aka ma aba na te ase baba brofo no you don't have the vocab to say it. It won't mean tete o ba ni yes remo use the local languages to teach your children. Omuko school a ombesua they see around us ye nyina ye ka twi wo no ba na ka brofo nti ye ka asem ye discuss asem bi ntwi onte mo madwe mu mbie. Please let us be proud of what we have. And as Christians, God gave us our language for a reason. Let us do that. Thank you so much. We know we are far behind time, but thank you so much, Prof, Dog, Pastor, and Shepherdess. We are grateful. Pastor, I was almost going to say 30 seconds. Prayer.
We know say every day as a church you try say it will be better. But already whatever ye hear ni betimi dia tete ye mofra ode ache asafo no ode ache abusua ode ache awofo already fa dom yesronko kwaso say ye ni bi e pam bebu bi anasa abofra bi e chia ne kwan a already sesayen na boa yen ni entimi mua emebu ne mofra wa asafo yi ma ene de yesua no ma yemfa nye djuma wo ye fie mu ya safo mu any baby will be the son say as we sacrifice each and every day my mofrano enyi embeye kingdom champions na omonye pillars for the church and beyond the walls of the church shraye mei ewo Yesu Kristo demo amen.